What's up, guys? Today we are working on a 2013 Nissan Versa. We're gonna replace the blower motor. I'm gonna try and make a decent video out of this for you guys, make it easy for you guys, and show you my little tips and tricks. Yeah. Today's tools are 12, 13 extensions, ratchet, flathead, Phillips head. I use a little Sharpie marker and a nice magnet for some help. We also did use a couple zip ties. Alright guys, so the blower motor is located right underneath the driver's side, and it's all the way up there. You can't. So from my other videos I watched in the past, I've seen people take off the brake pedal, gas pedal, and a lot of things underneath the dashboard too, which is like up under here. All I take off: brake pedal, gas pedal, and the steering little linkage thing right here. I'll take that down, and that's pretty much it. Once I get this stuff out the way, I can get up in there and get the blower motor out. I'll show you guys the process. Alright, first things first, we're gonna take off the pin for the brake pedal. Trying to see, give you guys some light here. Here is the pin right here. Gonna slide that little clip off, little safety clip pin, and we'll set it aside. Then once that's off, you just kind of push these little plastic tabs in. You might have to use a flathead to help push it in, and then slide it out the back, like back here. Alright guys, so I just slid it out. Just kind of hard to videotape at the same time, but all you have to do is push in the plastic pieces and slide it out. If you don't push it in, they're gonna catch, and it's gonna make the pin not want to come out. So you gotta push them in and push it out at the same time. When you take out the steering thing, you want to mark it. That way when you put it back in, your steering will, stay straight. If you don't mark it, you're gonna be fighting it. You're gonna be taking it apart, reinstalling it to try and get your steering wheel straight. So I just moved it again. That way I could show you where I'm gonna mark it. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. See if I can move it around, show you guys. Alright guys, so for the top steering part, as you can see, I got that bottom one marked. See the little Sharpie dot? Now the top one, you kind of got to flip over on your back so you can see it. So it's kind of difficult, but okay. So then I'm gonna loosen up this 12. I'm gonna loosen it up, take the bolt out, and then same with down here. This is a 13 for some reason. I'll turn the wheel, show you guys. I'm gonna loosen this one up, and then I'll show you which way I slide it up and out. Alright guys, so 13 on bottom. Gonna loosen that up. Take that out. And then this one's a 12 millimeter at the top. I'm gonna loosen that up with my ratchet. I've already pre-loosened it. Make it easy for the video. All right. Now, as you can see, it moves now. I just slid it down, and then I'm gonna just leave it kind of dangle right here. What I'll do is I'll grab a zip tie and hold it up right there. Alright guys, so what I did was I left this bottom piece connected as you've seen in the video, and then I just zip tied it right there, so it's tucked up away and out the way. It's not going to move, it'll stay where it needs to stay. Next, we're gonna unplug some plugs, and we'll take out the 13mm nuts. Looks like there's 5 of them. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you this one. That's the 13mm nut right there. You can loosen that one up. I got all the 5 bolts out, which are right here. I'm going to show you where they go from another assembly I just have laying around from an older car, one of my other cars that are just junk. I have the assembly. Show you guys where all the bolts, where the nuts came from, up close. So obviously this one next to the gas pedal right there. We got one right here, one right here, and this is the one that you can barely see, but now I can show you guys. You put the 13 with the extension through this hole, and you can reach it clearly, which is right in there. And then the last one right there. Once again, all the 13mm bolts are removed from the brake pedal, gas pedal assembly. And now we're just gonna take that plug off right here. Just a clip, easy. Press it in on the side, remove. One of those deals, just push the button and pull. And then after that, what we'll do is we'll kind of, just to make it an easy process, what I do is I push this kind of back. Not gonna lie, it's kind of difficult to show you on video, but I'm gonna do my best how I do this. Once again, I kind of push the brake booster assembly kind of out as far as I can get it, to give the brake pedal assembly room to kind of come out and move it to the side. So I'll kind of show you guys. You kind of do have to wiggle, use your eyes, see what's going on, see what it's running into. But I kind of just tilt it to the side and slide it out like this. And that one came out easier than the last time I did it. I even still have all the wires, you know, kind of attached on the side. So that is exactly what I did. Just kind of pop these clips out. I remove this whole thing. Set it on the ground. As you can see, that's literally all I removed. Before I removed it, I kind of pushed this out as much as I can get it. Put these bolts, you know, outside the car as much as I could get it out the way. That way I was able to remove that, you know, brake pedal, gas pedal assembly. And here are the wires for it. I did not remove anything else up here. I see a lot of people gets under here and removes stuff. I did not do that. All I did was what I'm showing you. All right, now that that's removed and out the way, I can get up in here And there is the brake, there's the blower motor right there. Top left corner, there's a Phillips head screw that you have to remove, and then you should just twist it to the left and it should come right out. All right guys, to me this is the easiest way to do anything on this job, is pretty much lay on your back. Pain in the ass, but it's what you got to do. I lay on my back, put my hand up in there, got that Phillips head screw loose. Now I'm going to try and loosen the rest of it with my hand. Got that out. And this is the blower motor. Pull that, twist it to the left, pull it out. I just want to say, this is a job that basically, if you try and rush it, I feel like you're going to struggle more than you would just taking your time and you know, knocking the little things out, you know, step by step. Everyone's got their own tricks. This is the best way I've figured out how to do it, and I think it's the easiest way to do it. I think the hardest part of this whole job is just the location of the blower motor, and you pretty much have no choice but to lay on your back. When you're in here, you can't really do everything facing frontward besides take off the brake pedal assembly and stuff like that. Everything else is like you almost have to lay on your back to be able to get in there easy and get the whole you know, job knocked out. So try and get comfortable. I always have like a little mat laying right here because I'm always halfway sticking out the car, and this is how I did the job. Now we'll get the new one in. Now there is one thing I did not show you, was to how to remove the plug. It's literally a plug. You just press the thing in and it pops out. Alright guys, I received my new parts. This one came from AutoZone. It was one of the better ones, so I just went ahead and got it. Just a plug with the wire coming out. I'll just plug that in, no problem at all. Everything else is the same, the housing's the same. So I'll go ahead and toss that in there. The same way I pulled it out, I'm gonna toss it in there, turn it right, and put the Phillips head screw in. Alright guys, I am on my back. Let's see if I can shine a light for you guys. Show you guys. I got the new one in. Now I'm just gonna finish up tightening that Phillips head screwdriver. My Phillips head screwdriver in there. Just got done tightening that Phillips head screw. Now I just gotta plug in the plug. All right, plugged it in. All right guys, so now that we got the blower motor in, we're gonna reverse the whole process. So you could either keep watching the video or rewind. All right guys, let's get this thing installed. So we're gonna get this thing in here. First we're gonna, you know, connect the wires and stuff. All right, so follow this out. Just connected that right there, the little plug. Connected this little clip plug right there. And this plug goes into the gas pedal. So I connected that little clip right there. Super simple. Don't stress yourself out over it. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how I get it back up in there. Honestly, in this case, you could either leave these wires detached to make it easier to get in, but it's totally up to you. I did show you where they go, so you could always, you know, plug them back in afterwards. I'm still going to leave them attached, and then I'm going to install it like this. I'm going to show you guys right now how to do it. So I kind of dug the right side up through there, that space, and then this is how it's going in now. I had to use my hand to kind of pull this in the hole and clear it. It really wasn't hard. Now I'm just trying to line it up with the there you go, like this brake pedal screw. And now I'll probably, it's kind of hard, it's really hard to hold the camera and do this at the same time. So what I'm going to do is kind of wiggle it and pull the brake booster threads back out. That way I can bolt it up correctly. So what I'm going to do right now is pull this out and get it lined up. Alright, so what I did was I pulled this out a little bit more, got the threads in the holes. Now I'm going to put the pin through the brake pedal and use the brake pedal to kind of pull the threads out even more. Here's my pin to the brake pedal. I'm just going to install that through the hole, just like that. Now I'm going to, you see that? I just pulled the brake booster in. All the threads are coming out plenty now. Now I can put my 13mm nuts back on it and reinstall. Here's a little trick to install the 13mm nuts without dropping them. Take your strong magnet, do it like that, and then I'll slide it through the hole, or you know, space. And kind of twist it on, at least get it started. Now you can see, got the bottom right one started. I'll use my tool and tighten it up. So all of the 13mm nuts are installed and tight. So now I'm gonna finish putting that brake pedal clip on. All right. All right, guys. So to install the, brake pedal switch, it's easy as you took it out. You just slide it in the hole, and then you want to push it in. Make sure the switch is pushed in. Then turn to the right. Turn to the right. And as you can tell, once you hit the brakes, the buttons come out. Once you let go, the buttons close. Simple as it is. If you want to, pay attention before you take it apart. That way you can know which way it was installed. But I'm showing you here as well. Install the steering right here, the steering shaft back. As you can tell, I did mark them up. So use those marks like you did and line it all up correctly. You can't really miss it. I did already slide it back in. Same way you took it out, put it back in. You might have to, turn the steering wheel with it in to readjust it, and then slide it back in afterwards. Whatever. At least you got the dot to guide you. The bottom one is a 13. Make sure it's tight. You don't want it to be loose. If it's loose, your steering wheel could be a little bit shaky. You don't want that to happen. So I'm going to install my 13, and I'm going to install my 12 up there, and I'm going to get it all tight. And that is that. Alright guys, job is done. Blower motor is working on all settings. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you have any better ideas, throw some comments, so throw them down below in the comment section. See you guys.